Good morning, my awesome friends and followers, and let's not forgetting my impressive group of members. Thank you very much for continuing to watch me on my channel. But as I always say, if you're watching this video right now and you've not yet subscribed, why not? It's free. Well, people, I want to start off by thanking my awesome friends for sending me messages this morning and letting me look at something which has stood out, which I was not fully aware of. Now, it is very obvious to everyone on the planet that something is going wrong at the very highest levels of US government. It's quite clear that people at the top do not want Donald Trump to be president. The globe is watching. We are watching what's happening. We are. And I blame the media. The media has put out that much hatred towards an individual that people actually hate him. They want to remove him. Politicians despise him. They want to remove him. But I'll also put out that in order to combat this, there is a lot of hate going towards Kamala Harris as well, because she's been involved in an administration for the last, well, nearly 4 years, and they haven't achieved what they set out to do. In fact, the Biden administration has ruined Afghanistan. The Biden administration gave up. US service personnel, 13, were killed in a botched removal of troops from Afghanistan. It was a botched withdrawal, wasn't it? Yes, which to this day, I'm still seeing video clips of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden stating that no one has died on their watch. This has resulted in many US families doing videos and saying how much they're outraged at this, where their lives of their sons and daughters have been dismissed as if they weren't worthy of being mentioned. But we're also seeing now the corruption in the US government. We've now witnessed two, not one, but two assassination attempts on Donald Trump. Two. The first one we all watched in dismay. In fact, there was dozens of people pointing at the shooter on the roof. There's a guy there with a gun, and it seemed the US Secret Service were like, yeah, nothing to see here. It looked like they deliberately ignored someone to take a shot at him. But it was weird. It was weird because I've never known this. And I have spoke to many guys who are qualified snipers, sniper instructors, many people in security. And no one can understand how an individual didn't just fire one shot at the president, he fired two. Then he fired three. Now, in the military world of shooting, there's a thing called crack and thump, where you can work out the distance between the shooter and the target area by counting the seconds from when a round has fired to when you hear the thump. So it's crack and thump. And it was shocking. He fired 2 rounds? No. He fired 3 rounds? No. 4, 5, 6. He managed to fire 7 rounds before he was taken out by a Secret Service sniper. Now, that has resulted in the director of the Secret Service actually saying, okay, I quit. She quit before she was fired. Turns out she's very good friends with Dr. Jill Biden, President Biden's wife, First Lady. So we've looked at this fallout. We've seen all these sort of interrogations of what took place that day, and there's still no sense of how this managed to take place. Now, we've seen the US government being weaponized. We've seen the FBI being weaponized, the CIA being weaponized. Everyone being weaponized to try and remove Donald Trump from standing in the election. We've seen it. All the charges against him, all the allegations against him, they've impeached him, they've done everything. But it didn't work. Still there. And then guess what happens? There's now been a second assassination attempt against President Donald Trump. Again, from a guy who managed to find out exactly where he would be on the day in the right position. These, in my opinion, are dodgy. Who's giving out information about the former president? Who's leaking information? Who's helping him? Who's aiding him? Who's abetting these different people doing this? Will there be a third? We don't know. And then today it was sent to me. The front cover of an old magazine called Village, where they put a target, a crosshairs on Donald Trump's head, and they wrote, "Why not?" Well, that's resurfaced again, hasn't it? It's quite shameful to sit back from another country, an ally, and to see what's happening against a former president of the United States, an individual who's trying to stand for election and who seems to have a lot of people backing him. The more attacks he gets, the more people are supporting him, because they can see that there's something so corrupt within the US government that they're willing to have someone assassinated in order to put the right people in place in US politics. But are we putting the right people in place in US politics? Do we really think that Kamala Harris would make a great leader? Look what happened in Afghanistan. Shocking, isn't it? Look how she's ignoring 13 dead US personnel as pretending they didn't exist because they didn't die on their watch. Anyway, listen, regardless of who you like or who you don't like in US politics, neither US presidential candidate deserves to be treated in such a despicable manner by the mainstream media and by those in high society. Thanks for watching my video. Have a wonderful day and stay safe.